It's just a shit situation, a very confusing situation, and he's literally just texted me now, so as you can see, we are on good terms. Literally turned around, Hailey Bieber stood there. Something in my brain thought this is safe and fine to do so. This man looks lovely. Let's just accept this drink from him and drink it. It's happening, this feels weird, this feels awkward. Hi! Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now, this is not a vlog, which may surprise some of you. I feel like all I've been uploading recently is vlogs, and I've been chatting to you a lot, and I've been letting you in on my life and just showing you what I've been up to. For some reason, filming this video right now, I feel very nervous. I feel a little bit vulnerable. I feel just weird. It just feels bizarre. And I think that's because I haven't actually put my camera down with the intention of just answering questions and being honest and vulnerable with you in a very long time. Obviously, you've been seeing what I've been up to and stuff, so I've still been keeping you up to date with my life, my thoughts and my feelings, and I'm a fucking oversharer, and we all know that. Sat here now with questions that you guys have asked me, I'm actually just going to answer and chat to you. I'm a little bit nervous about it. There's been questions I've been getting, and I've just been either avoiding them, deleting them, or just pretending that I don't need to address anything that's gonna be addressed today. So yeah, I asked you guys to send me in some questions on Instagram, and I thought we'll just kick this off by answering a few of them. Alright, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna answer it, we're gonna chat about it. I'm not gonna drag it on into the video. I know that's why most of you are here. I got so many questions. In fact, the most I've ever been asked something ever in my life the past few months. On every single thing I upload, on every vlog I upload, in reply to every story I upload, and I get it. I understand it. It's about me and Lewis. People want to know. People are asking questions. Still feel really awkward and weird just even saying it. But also, I'm in a better place now to talk about it. And I'm not going to go into much detail at all, but obviously you will have seen I ran away to Coachella. That was the first indication. In fact, no, the first indication for anything and everyone to be thinking, what the hell's going on with me and my boyfriend, is the fact that I just suddenly went silent on every single platform. For a few weeks, I put up a little thing on Instagram which was looking back really melodramatic, but I just actually, me and Lewis split up. Yeah, ugh. It feels, I don't even like saying it. I still, to this day, call him my boyfriend to people, which is probably not the best thing considering he's not, and I am in fact being a big fat liar by saying that. I didn't realise how much people would be invested. I've never obviously had a relationship before, never had a public relationship. I also didn't think people cared about me to the extent that it would translate into my personal life, and obviously I know a lot of my content when I was with Lewis was me and him, but it was never so much like, this is my relationship, because I didn't really share too much of it, or at least I didn't feel like I did. I felt like I kept it very private, very close to my chest. It was something that I cherished and cared about more than anything in the world. So I never wanted to like blast it all over the internet, and the content I did post was just a small part of our relationship, and it was great and I loved it, and I never expected anyone to be emotionally invested in it. But I guess I was slightly wrong on that one. I guess you guys care about me a lot more than I thought. So obviously I do sort of owe it to you and myself actually to just be honest, and yeah. We broke up. I didn't see him for a little while. I have since seen him a couple of times. I actually bumped into a lot of you guys when I was with him, and it's just a shit situation, a very confusing situation, and he's literally just texted me now, so as you can see, we are on good terms. We have seen each other. I still love him more than myself. I adore the boy, and I think I will for the rest of my life, and I'm not being naive in saying it. Imagine like I get another boyfriend later down the line, or like me and Lewis just end up hating each other, and then like, my future husband or someone sees this and I'm confessing my love undyingly for someone else. Awkward! Whatever we started 3 years ago just isn't for nothing and wasn't for nothing. Why is this making me want to cry? Anyone dares fucking try, square me way into Lewis's DMs, he will be blocked, reported, and I will find a way to make sure you never feel love or happiness ever again in your life. Stay away from the boy, he's mine, okay? That's what I'm dealing with right now. Someone said, Byron, are you gonna do any old sex advice / chit chat videos? I loved them videos, like I genuinely loved making the sex advice videos. I, at that point, was such a virgin. I was newly just becoming myself in terms of my sexuality. It was the first time that I'd really ever admitted to myself who I was, and it was the first time that I'd ever really explored anything in that realm, and I was like, fuck it, this is all new to me. Why not actually just exploit it on the internet, because it makes people laugh and I enjoy talking about it. However, I stopped making those videos videos around the time that me and Louis started getting together, because one, I were having I'm saying it like I slept with a bunch of people, I didn't, and the sex advice videos were more me laughing at other people's situations. I would also then throw my 2 pence in, and obviously got into a relationship, didn't want to talk about sex or anyone else's sex life apart from what were happening in front of me, and also didn't want to share my own personal experience stories with the person I was in a relationship with, because that's our business. Don't want to put it on the internet. Before, I was obviously talking about like the hookups that I'd had, or like people I'd chatted to on dating apps and stuff like that, which I obviously hadn't been doing. But long story short, I would love to start making sex advice videos again. I would love to bring it back. Honest to God, when I were doing that and it were at the peak of like people loving it, the amount of responses and things that got sent into that forum, if you're not familiar with what it is, I used to leave a forum in the link in my YouTube videos, and people could submit stories and advice questions and just whatever they wanted to do anonymously, and I had no way of tracing it back to the person. So the stuff in there is wild. When I say there is thousands upon thousands of questions, dilemmas, and wild sex stories that I often sit and read through. Honest to God, I could bring that series back and film 10 million episodes with the amount of content you guys have provided me in that forum. So if it is something you do want to see, please do let me know. I just feel like I got in my head about it and didn't want it to be repetitive, and I also didn't want to be like, people were taking that as like, oh, Byron's a big fat whore, which is nothing wrong with, but I weren't. So when I was getting into a big fat relationship, I didn't want to seem like big fat bike of Manchester. Do you know what I mean? If you want to see those videos again, if you like chatty videos like this, please do let me know. This is what I watch. I get annoyed and paranoid at myself that I'm just very annoying and boring, and my voice is very monotone and a little. So I just think, even with vlogs, I cut them down so much. I'm like, who wants to hear this? Not even me editing it back. Not even me. Someone said, what is one thing you recommend I take with me when I travel Australia? I feel like I have so many things, and I said when I was coming back from Australia that I would do a full Q&A, tips, tricks, and just my opinions and advice that I can give from doing it. So if you're not familiar, me, Haz, Anna, Jazz and Sophie all went and travelled the coast of Australia for 6 weeks in November/December last year. Honestly, the best, most incredible experience of my entire life so far. I definitely will go back, and I definitely want to do like 6 months to a year out there. I don't know when, because I have real bad attachment issues to my apartment and my surroundings and my life here and my family and my friends and my ex-boyfriend. Fucking annoying. My friends hate me. My friends actually despise me. I do want to do that at some point in my life. Don't know when it'll happen. However, if I could go back and just change one thing about the trip, I don't think I would have taken a backpack. Now, hold up. I know, hold up, you don't love me like I love you. I know what everyone's thinking. I'm backpacking around Australia. I'm backpacking, like the thing of going traveling, automatically, everyone's like, backpack. Don't know where I thought I were going to be trekking around in this backpack. Don't know where I thought I were going to be walking. Did I think I were going to be walking through deserts? Probably. Did I think I were going to be hiking mountains to get to hostels? Did I think I were going to be with a sword in my hand, chopping down bamboo, hiking through jungles? Most definitely, actually, that is what I thought I could be doing with this fucking backpack on my back. It's just not like that. I don't know if it's because we went to cities and we weren't really like in the outback. Obviously, we went and did trips and tours and stuff where we were in very like, is it secluded areas? Where, what is the word? We were in like the middle of fuck off nowhere basically. But I didn't have my backpack when I went on those fucking trips because we couldn't take a big bag. So I didn't need it anyway. We were basically hopping from city to city, getting on overnight coaches and buses from each destination and going straight to a hostel that were nearby the coach station. We went with my adventure product, who I cannot recommend enough, like genuinely. Seb, who runs it, and the team over there made our lives and our trip the easiest, breeziest thing in the entire world, and I could not have planned it better myself, which is why we didn't, and we let them do it. Every hostel and stuff were located very close to where the bus would drop us off, or if it weren't, it were very easily connected, and it were in the city centre, and it were around everything that we needed to do. So we weren't necessarily trekking these bags far, but when I say these bags were fucking heavy, I mean, oh my Jesus Christ. I pulled my back at one point to the point where I literally couldn't sit down for like 2 days. I were having to like get into bed but keep my spine straight. I were in so much pain, just ridiculous. The backpack didn't need to be that full. Wore the same shit every single day. Bought loads of stuff when I was there anyway, so the bag got progressively heavier as the trip went on, and I just kept thinking to myself, we're walking through cities where I could so easily be wheeling a suitcase right now. Probably could have fit more in a big suitcase. Also, wouldn't have the hassle of having to carry this human-sized fucking boulder weighing bag on my back in immense heat. Every single time we checked out of a hostel, I felt ill. I felt sick. I felt on death's door at just the idea of having to put this backpack on my back. And I know it sounds very dramatic, but I'm actually not even over dramatizing it. I could say I felt like I was carrying the fucking Empire State Building on my back. That would be slightly dramatic, but even then it wouldn't be that dramatic because it's quite true. I took a suitcase. However, actually a lot of people that did take suitcases that we saw traveling, because it was so unbearably hot, the wheels were melting on a lot of people's suitcases, and a lot of people were saying they wish they had backpacks because they were literally just dragging a piece of plastic along the floor with no wheels by the end of it. Do with that as you please. Yeah, I don't know what else I would take. Maybe earplugs. Oh, can you tell us what happened at Coachella? Right, let's just get into it. I couldn't say certain things because I'd signed certain contracts that just made things a bit awkward to tell the story. However, I can now tell it in a way without going against those contracts, so it's about to get juicy. I basically, obviously went to Coachella. I was there for the Friday of Coachella, the Saturday of Coachella, and the Sunday of Coachella. I bought a VIP ticket. In the spur of heartbreak, I spent £1,500 on a Coachella ticket to see Frank Ocean specifically. Didn't care about the rest of the lineup. Loved Dominic Fike, yeah, sure. Apart from that, there was a couple of people in the lineup that I was like, oh, I'll see, but like, I would not have paid, I would not have gone if Frank Ocean wasn't headlining. And that whole debacle were a fucking ugh. I just, yeah, still love the man to death, but that were a shit show. No offense. Noah Beck, saw him there, gorgeous man. Noah's Ark, didn't see him there. But just, yeah. The parties we went to were incredible. We met some great people out there. And on the Saturday before we actually went to Coachella, because bear in mind, during the day, you're in the middle of the desert, it is ridiculously hot. And there's nowhere in the shade. Like, I was thinking to myself, there's no real place you can go to escape the sun. So you're just in the middle of the desert, in blistering sun. The drinks are extortionately priced. We paid £120 for 4 tequila shots. That's ridiculous. You can't get drunk there unless you're rich, but I guess all the bitches that go are rich. I was the odd one out. So we decided on the Saturday we would spend majority of the day going to a bunch of different parties and drinking at these events, because a lot of these places are free bars, and once you're in these parties, obviously they're always sponsored by an alcohol company, so they provide alcohol. It made sense to us. We'd get drunk, pre-drink almost, then go to Coachella in the evening, because obviously all the main headline acts were on in the evening. Saturday rolls around, we do exactly that. So I'm at Coachella, a little bit drunk. I was really drunk actually, I was really tipsy, but not to the point where I didn't know what I was doing, not to the point where I couldn't walk, see, speak, anything. That came later in the night. So we're dancing, and we're with a group of people, a bunch of people that I have followed on the internet for a while, I've known for a while, met some of them before, but it's like one of the situations where it's like, oh, don't know if like you're gonna remember me or whatever. Crazy, yeah, we get it. Someone came over to me and handed me a drink, and I don't know why on God's green earth I took this drink. I would never ever take a drink from a stranger, ever in the UK. Never even abroad actually. I've never took a drink from anyone ever. But I think because of the environment that I were in, literally turned around, Hailey Bieber stood there. Something in my brain thought this is safe and fine to do so. This man looks lovely. Let's just accept this drink from him, drink it. And guess what? I can't say I was spiked definitely, because I obviously have no idea. All I will say is, or all I've been told actually, because I do not remember a single thing, is I'm there, chit chat, man comes over, gives me a drink, I drink this drink, 20 minutes later, in fact, whilst I've got this drink in my hand, Jake says to me, where the hell is that from? And I was like, oh, some man gave it to me. And Jake said that because it were a really weird colour. None of the drinks that we'd been drinking previously looked anything like that. So that alerted him to be like, what the hell are you drinking? Obviously I drank the fucking drink, silly me. And then the next thing I know, this was like literally like 2:30 in the afternoon. The next thing I remember is waking up in the hotel room at 3 AM, fully undressed, in bed, like where the hell, why am I in bed? Why am I not at Coachella? What is going on? Why do I feel perfectly fine and sober? I don't have a hangover, help. So I think what happened is, I don't know, and I don't want to say I was spiked, I don't want to be them girls, but the only thing that makes me think I was spiked is I woke up perfectly fine, and there's videos of me not being able to speak, throwing up everywhere. I apparently threw my t-shirt out of the Uber. I jumped out of a moving Uber on like a freeway, Could have died. I'm a bad boy. Walked the entire of Coachella Valley over on her shoulders as she's dragging my lifeless body around, back to the hotel room, and I couldn't remember any of it, and I couldn't fathom what had happened. The last memory I have is obviously of this person handing me a drink. Obviously, just want to point out as well, this person wasn't friends with my friends, wasn't friends with the people we were talking to. No one knows who this man is. I asked multiple people the next day. No one knows who this man is. A random guy at the festival. Obviously shouldn't have taken a drink from him, but I did. It's the fact I woke up feeling absolutely fine with no hangover. For the amount of alcohol I drank up until that point, I shouldn't have been blackout to the point that I was. So I don't think it was the alcohol that I drank before that. But I also should have not woken up feeling fresh as a daisy. But I did. And I missed Dominic Fike. And I missed fucking Tyler the Creator coming out at Coachella. And I missed Labrum. And I missed Billie Eilish. And it's a big regret. But it happened. And I survived. Don't take drinks from strangers. Okay? Lesson learned. My camera's gonna die. BRB. Right guys, I'm actually gonna have to end this video here because my camera battery is in fact flashing. I don't know where my spare one is. Whatever this was, I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I've let you in on my life a little bit more, and I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'm no longer avoiding things that I've been avoiding. Yeah. Please be nice to me in the comment section because I feel like I've been a little bit vulnerable and I'm slightly embarrassed. But that's just what it is. That's my life right now. Very confusing, but also I feel a lot better than I did previously, so I'm excited to just throw myself back into doing this and just chatting with you guys. If there is any videos specifically you want to see aside from vlogs, please do let me know. If you do like chatty at home vlogs as well, please do let me know because I feel like, to me, it seems quite boring. I love filming them, but then I edit it back, I'm like, Byron, this is so boring. But I know people do love watching that because I love watching stuff like that. Let me know in the comments. I hope you're all well. I love you all very, very much. Thank you for sticking around and putting up with my bullshit. Yeah.